Yeah, standardization talaga across Philippines. Yes, sir.
And may I add to that? Kanina nabanggit kasi Negros, one of the key challenges is actually land consolidation. That's the most difficult part. Unlike Malaysia, pag may gusto kang bilhin ng lupa, punta ka lang sa system. Malaman mo kung pwede mong bilhin ang bilhin. Dito, hindi mo alam. There's a lot of risk in voting ka na. So if parang hindi pa kasi na ano yan eh, parang hindi pa naka-align, I don't know who will be handling that, the registry of deeds, or whoever that. Kasi yun yung even onshore wind, they need land. Solar, they need land. Hybrids, they need land. So, yun yung if you ask me, habang through this, yung pinakamahirap yung land. Di bali yung NGCQ, makakita pa ng technically mahanap na ng paraan yan. Pero pagka nagka-problema ka sa maraming developments na sument lang because of that. So I don't know who's responsible to make sure na yung mga naka-align yung mga proseso natin in land acquisition. Because sa tulad ng Malaysia, all you got to do is go to that website and you can check who's the owner and then you can buy it.
So aside from what we mentioned on the impact of renewables to communities and also some policies, challenges in terms of policies, may we ask also Joy, so in terms of technology, so personally in your experience, what are the things that can excite you this time? Seeing what are the demands of the jobs, now in terms of technology, how can we also roll out these technologies for renewables?
Maybe just to have to differentiate. Kasi for offshore wind, I'm just speaking for offshore wind. This is really a new technology. Compared to onshore and solar, they're already a mature market. Maybe just to comment also the leaders for taking into account this difficulty as what our panelists mentioned na yung permitting and consenting regulations. Maybe that's also what yung ginawa namin, streamlining of the permitting and consenting for offshore wind.